Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I'm back for the second to last day of Inktober. The prompt is JOLT, so immediately what I thought of was Kaminari-kun from My Hero Academia, but yesterday one of my chatters, Sarah, suggested that I should do jolteon, and actually she said if I don't do jolteon I should get out. So I'm going to do something even better than both of those. I'm going to do them both at the same time. I think it's going to be really good. I haven't sketched or anything yet, so that's what I'm going to be starting with. I've got, I should get it open. I've got a reference image I've created for myself with just official art from My Hero Academia, the anime, and jolteon, just one of the game reference images. There, got that open. Oh, now I need to get my screen better so I can see it better. There. So since I still want to only take about an hour, I'm going to do a more simple sketch. I was just going to do them like squishing their faces together. So hopefully I can manage that. Let's see, Jolteon's face is really dog-like. Not sure how big it is compared to a human. I'm sure I could look it up, but it's a little more research than I have time to do for something quicker like this. So hopefully this is good, about the size of an average dog. That's what I'll do. And I want them both to be happy, so I'm definitely going to give them happy eyes. And the Jolteon has just a little black button of a nose, and it has a typical curving dog mouth. Oh, if you can hear that meowing, it's Kiba. I had to kick him out. It's so cold here today that I had my heater going in here in my studio, and I was wearing my big fluffy robe, and the kitties just really wanted to sit on my lap because of those two things, I think. And Kiba, when he gave up his spot, and then Kiki came in and got on me instead, and then Kiba didn't know what to do with himself because cats don't really get along, so they didn't both want to be on my lap at the same time. But I had to kick them both out. I can't be doing art with them in my lap. That's one thing I can't do. Let's see, Kaminari-kun. That's a typical shonen face. Hopefully I can draw it. That's something I still need more practice with, is a high school age male character faces. Yeah, maybe this needs to be a little bigger. I want it to be like they're squishing cheeks. Hopefully I can get that idea across. Make it an extra curly corner of the mouth to make it look extra happy. Okay, let's put this chin down here. I got a book recently that had a great advice for drawing sort of standard anime male faces, and that was draw it like a mahjong piece. And ever since I've been remembering that, it's turning out more like I want. Let's see, his eyebrows are, looks like they're small, little small short eyebrows. good big smile. Hopefully my sound is better today. I changed the settings a little bit. Like I thought, I needed to do a whole live stream to really see what my various volume changes, my natural volume changes, just how my speaking voice comes out over time, how to adjust the volume settings for my new microphone setup. I think that I've got it pretty good now. I don't think it's too loud, but I am going to watch the recording of this stream as soon as I'm done and evaluate and adjust if necessary. So it's just not the same as, you know, just saying test, test, test and trying to say it loud or quiet is not the same as just talking for a period of time. Ah, Jeremy, welcome. Good morning to you. Did you do your Inktober yet today? We only have one more day left. It feels like it's gone by fast, and yet it feels like I've been doing this forever. Okay, that's not right. That's not right at all. My eye needs to be a little bit farther in. Or out, I mean, actually. There we go. That's what I need the cheek to squish in like that. Okay. Change his mouth a little bit since I'm doing this cheek like this. The mouth doesn't look right anymore. Yes, you finished. Are you going to post it on DeviantArt for me to see? For me to see it? What did you draw for JOLT? Or did you follow the prompt today? Dang, it's hard to get this to look the way I want. I'm going to have a squished up cheek, but it does weird things to the mouth. Okay, so far I like the rest of the face. Maybe I just need to give him like a sort of sideways mouth like it is in the reference picture I'm looking at. Squish, cheek squish, squish. Okay, let's take a break from Kaminari-kun and go to my little jolteon. So cute, cute little jolteon. Glad Sarah gave me this idea. I did not think of it at all. I would not think of jolteon for some reason. Because there's too many Pokémon, that's why. It's on DeviantArt. Sweet. I'm going to check it out after this. I didn't see your other ones on there. Did you take a break? I think I saw some of your recent ones on Facebook. At least. It's got a spike. Just like he has. Just like Kaminari-kun has. Like his eyes aren't. Maybe it's the eyebrows that are bothering me. Doesn't look as joyful as I want. I want him to look like really happy, not like he's forcing it or something. That doesn't look like him now. I gotta add his hair. can't take too long. Fine tuning though. Ah, okay. You must have done a good job on today's then, since you said you put it on DeviantArt. I wonder if the Jolteon's ears are floppy. I think it would be cute if the ear was flopped against him. And I think these spikes should start a little sooner on its head. Got them way back there. It makes it look kind of reptilian instead of a mammal. Yeah, that's gonna be cute. Yeah, I'll have this ear flop down. That's supposed to be dark. You took more than 5 minutes, so yeah. Okay, well, I get that then. I don't like to put just plain old sketches on DeviantArt either. In fact, a lot of these Inktober stuff I wouldn't put on there, only I think it's the collector in me is like, I want to put every single one, so every single one that I've done is all there, even if some of them were really quick or not my best work. Of course, none of these are really my best work because I'm doing them all really quickly. My best work, I always spend like at least a whole day on just brainstorming alone before I even start sketching, much less doing the final piece. Just use that little guideline right there to help me put this little spiky fur. Now I need to put the other ear kind of. It's kind of like a curve up from the nose. There we go. Good, a nice cute cheek. Cute little squishy cheek. How does this go? It's got one little piece of fur on the inside of the ear. Goes straight back, really straight back like that. Comes back and there's a spike right here and a spike right here. Some kitty really wants in here. Based on the style of scratching, I think it's probably Kiki. And these just meet with this spike right here. Yay, okay, and then it's got this like ruff of spikiness. Lightning types, electric types are always so spiky. Comes all the way, it's like the spikes from the top of the head are the start of this ruff. Though I think I should curve of a head down there. Maybe I'll readjust the angle of these. Does stand up, but I think it needs to fall down quickly. And then I guess the inside of this ear should angle inwards. There. Now, continuing with the spikes. Carletta, welcome! Happy Tuesday! How are you today? Are you on lunch again? Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday. It feels like it should be the end of the week. I don't know why. It's not. I'm not having a horrible week or anything. Usually in the past, that's what it's been like. I want it to be over, and so my brain's like, oh, here you go. It's almost over. Tricking myself. But I don't feel like that's why. So I'm having a pretty good week. But it still feels like it should be, Thursday instead of Tuesday. Let's see. It's got this even bigger, huge, white ruff. Reminds me of my late dog, Kenshi. He was kind of like this with white, and he was like red on the top, and then he was red down here, but this part was white. Pokes up back there. Ho hum, huh? I think it's cloudy here too. I think we have like a 30% chance of rain, but I'm a weird person who loves rain. Cloudy weather makes me happy. It's the opposite. Like the sun always gives me headaches. So whenever it's super cloudy and cold, windy, and feels like you can feel that misty feeling in the air, it just makes me so happy. I'm one of those people. But I'm doing pretty good. It's so cold today. So I've been cuddled up in my robe and had my heater on. Although now I've closed my door, it's gotten warm. I turned my heater off. Hot, nice one, Jeremy. Tesla. Tesla's the best. Tesla's the best la. Looks really good. I'm glad you have been drawing more of your realistic style portraits, because you're really good at those. I've not seen very many of them like that, and you're so good. You need to keep doing more. I need to get my reference image back up. Oh, let's see. How does it, I guess it needs to, the rough fur needs to come down here. And so do a little spike there. Okay, maybe what I need to do now is lower Kaminari-kun's eyes. Maybe they're just a bit too high. Yeah, I think that helps. Oh, let's see. So I lowered his eyes, so his ears need to... Bah, you have to work on them. Well, do it. They're really good already. If you work on them, you're going to be making, like, I don't know, incredible stuff, because they're already so good. Let's see. You can't really see Kaminari-kun's ears, or at least, dang it, his head is turned the wrong way in this picture. I guess I don't have to put him in his hero outfit. I'll just draw him kind of normal, and then that way I don't have to worry about. I think that the headset thing that I'm seeing on his right ear, which is this ear, I think it's only on this side, but I can't tell. From this reference image. So the left side isn't exposed. So I just won't worry about it. I'll just skip that. Dang it, I don't like that eyebrow. Dang it. Okay, I'll wait until I do everything else and then I'll add his eyebrows and then I won't keep erasing. So this side of his hair kind of comes over. Maybe down to the bottom of his ear. Ooh, that's a good idea. You're having some hot chocolate. Yes. Chocolate always works. Yes, I just had a Harry Potter marathon and I remembered how awesome it is that for the Dementors, after you're done like being exposed to them, you're supposed to eat chocolate. Like it makes you feel better. I'm like, yes, yes, it makes you feel better. Whenever I feel bad, I want chocolate. Like even this weekend when my stomach stopped hurting so much after the race, I didn't feel like eating much, but chocolate ice cream sounded really good and I ate a bunch of it. I'm gonna have to have some hot chocolate when I'm done here. Now that you mentioned it, I've been going a little mad for the hot chocolate flavors at World Market. Of course, I got the pumpkin spice, but I also got s'mores, horchata. I think that's what I've got in my cabinet right now, and I've tried a couple other flavors. It's just so good. And it's really awesome for my alarm clock that I got this year, which makes hot water, so I can have hot chocolate first thing in the morning. That's what I have sometimes. Always happy to inspire. Thank you, thank you. I had a stroopwafel this morning. I had pumpkin spice herbal tea with a stroopwafel on top of my cup. Chocolate stroopwafel, of course, so good. It's like having an Oreo for breakfast. Yeah, maybe that's a little too low, but I feel like his nose was too high, so now I'm gonna try to hit a sweet spot in between. Spending a little too much time on this sketch, so that's good. Yeah, this hot water alarm clock is the best. So if you put like a tea bag in there, you'll have tea right out of the pot, or you can have instant coffee or instant espresso, hot chocolate. I even have this like almond powder drink that's this like Asian almond drink, and it's really good too. Anything, just put the container up on top of the alarm clock and your cup, and then you've got this amazing thing to wake you up in the morning. It's also cool because the sound of the water being made is kind of noisy, but you know, it gradually gets louder like as the boiling starts, and then when it actually puts the water in the little teapot, that's really loud. But it's sort of like those alarm clocks where it slowly gets louder and louder, and then a couple seconds after the water is done being poured in, it actually beeps. So you don't have to hear that beep right away, that loud beeping, standard alarm clock type beeping. You can get woken up by the water being made a little bit first, so it's not so jarring. And they don't even describe that as a feature. That's just happens to be that way. They didn't design it like that or anything. It's just physics, I guess. Hot water boils and makes noise. I don't know, maybe that's a little too far out for these spikes for him. Rein them in a little bit. One big spike. And this spike is kind of spread apart. Of course, it doesn't have to be absolutely exact. That one. I think Kiki still wants in. She started scratching again. Where did I find something like that? I actually found it on Amazon, though I was introduced to it from an article where I was trying to find an alarm clock, because whenever there was something about my phone alarm or my Fitbit alarm that wasn't good enough. I can't even remember now. It's like either I'd forget to set it or it didn't actually wake me up and I'd sleep through it. Something. And I needed an actual alarm clock. I think it also had to do with the fact that I wanted to keep my phone out of my room when I go to sleep, because that actually really helps me sleep better. So I think that was also part of it. But I'm glad I found it. I definitely don't want to go back to my phone alarm. I love waking up to a hot drink, especially now that it's getting really cold here. So cold. It's really great for sleeping, but it's like you really don't want to get out of bed. You get a good night's rest, and then you want to spend the next day in bed too. It's just so cold. There, I've got his little lightning bolt on his hair. Now, I do need to do something on the side here. Can't have nothing. See a little bit of his hair. And have his neck. So, yeah, I'll just do a standard neck. Spending a little too much time on this sketch, so I won't do too much for his pose or anything. Get that in there. Some more spikes coming down the back of his head. There. That's good. Now, little eyebrows. He seems to have short eyebrows. Thicker at the middle. Oh, let's see. What else am I missing? I do like that in this costume he's wearing, which I'm not going to try to draw. He has a choker on. I think that's really cool. So I'm going to give him a choker. And what else? You know what? I'll just make it like it's his casual. Like he's taken off some of his outfit, but not all of it. So I'm just going to use the same t-shirt that he's got, but I'm not going to draw the jacket. Actually, I don't even need this part because I've only got this for the jolteon, so I'll just have it like this. There. Ha! Oh, but since he's an anime character, I should... A young shonen anime character. Thin his neck just a little bit. He's not meant to be one of those buff types. Not like Bakugo and company. Physically buff. He's not particularly physically buff. Kaminari. Oh, let's see. No, you can't really see it because of this. This jolteon here is blocking his hair, so you can't really see that part. Anything I'm missing on jolteon? It's pretty simple. I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, I guess the ear is too small. It's at least the size of the head. Let's make this ear bigger, bring it all the way to the corner. Since this is poking out this far anyway, that's alright. But that also means I need to bring this higher. And then this swoops down. And And there's a little okay, I've got to redo this part too. Can't get the angle right without redoing this part. Okay, here we go. This swoops down, and then there's a little spike here, and this comes straight in, and the little spike here. And then the little tiny spike like a guard hair. And this just comes all the way around the whole ear. There, that's a much better proportion. Okay, let's move on to inking. Thought I'd do another extra limited tool set today. It's from my ArtSnacks Inktober collection, but I'm not going to do any like ink pot ink. I'm going to do only pen ink. So I've got these 3 fine liner pens, multi-liner or fine liner, and this one brush pen. So I think I will just use the brush pen for the overall inking, and then I'll use these multi-liners to like add details and fix little lines. Brush pen is also nice because it's faster. Moves across the page faster than the multi-liners do. Since it's already 12:11 here, kinda gotta hurry. Oh, I'm shocked. You were so busy with Inktober and other things that you never carved a pumpkin. Well, thank you for the compliment, though. I'm glad you think mine turned out nice. I didn't plan it too much. I just thought I want to draw my Studio Mikarts mascot dog. I didn't draw it out beforehand or anything. I just tried to do a simple dog face. You still got time, unless you have to work on Halloween. Or you probably still have time today. Quick, go get a pumpkin now. Go get one. You still got time. You always do such great pumpkin carving. I'm always blown away. I don't think I carved a pumpkin last year because we were still in the middle of getting the house ready to sell and stuff. Packing stuff up and cleaning and painting. I think it was just too much. It's too much to be thinking about doing that as well. Happy now? Little happy jolteon now. So happy. I think actually a brush pen works best when you move quick with it. I think it gives the best lines that way. I always got to start where I want the line to be thicker. So I have to turn my sketchbook around a lot in order to get the lines to work out the way I expect. that's all the jolteon. Now the rest of Kaminari-kun. You haven't carved a pumpkin in forever either. Oh, I didn't. If this is what you're saying, I didn't stream my pumpkin or anything. I carved it outside with a bunch of friends. Well, not a bunch of 2 people I live with and my friend from running. Friend I made from running. We just sat outside having some drinks and carved our pumpkins. And then I posted a picture on my social media accounts after the fact. That would be cool though, to stream pumpkin carving. I wouldn't want to carve on this table though. I think the pumpkin I chose this year would be too big. It would be like right here, like right in your face. Oh, that would be super cool though if you did a stream with a camera for each person's pumpkin and it was like 4 videos at once in the same stream with like everybody's pumpkin and how it's coming along. You'd have to be careful to keep your pumpkin on the screen though. That would be kind of annoying. Because I noticed a lot of people like to sit their pumpkin in their lap when they're carving the fine details. It would take you too long, Jeremy. No, it wouldn't. You could do a simple one. And just do a simple pumpkin. You know what my brother Alex carved? A triangle. He didn't even carve it into the pumpkin. Like, he didn't cut it out. He just scraped off the skin, the hard skin, in the shape of a triangle. And then, of course, the candle wouldn't work inside because there was no air ventilation. Sean, my husband Sean, carved a Triforce. He's gonna try to do Hirogoroshi Stain from My Hero Academia, same as this guy, but ended up being way too complicated, so he went simple. Let's see, there's this last little bit of hair on his neck right there, shoulder. Okay, I can erase now and then go on to what was I saying? Go on to detail work. Got totally mentally distracted just now. I think it's because my eraser wasn't right there next to me. I had to quickly find it on my... I've got a huge stack of art supplies over there. I keep just pushing them off to the side. I do something and then I'm like, God, I don't have time. I don't put it away right away and whatever, just push it over the pile. Sweet, brush pen was so nice and fast. I may still be able to get this done within an hour, even though I spent more than half the time so far on the sketch. get all this stuff off. Can't stand a messy workspace. I gotta get all the little eraser shavings off. There. Trying to be careful not to run over my microphone cable. Got this nice long cable so I can actually use it, but it hangs down by the wheels of my chair. I don't want to smash it. You're doing a late birthday dinner with Brian tonight. Yeah, it's gotten harder and harder to make the drive over there. Of course, fuel is not cheap like it was when I first moved here. And then I just have more responsibilities than ever. So it's hard to I can't just pick up and leave or whatever. But more than the time is just the cost of the fuel. It'd be easier to make the time if the fuel wasn't also an obstacle. You guys should just pick up, move over here. Just do it. Just get over here. Although it's kind of bad over here right now for housing. Everything is sky high. Oh, I thought I erased this good. Come on. There. So you probably don't want to move yet. You can wait a few years until this housing thing calms down. I'm glad we got this house when we did, because I mean, it was already hard enough to get it, but I have other friends who are looking in the area because, like me, of like 10 years or whatever ago, I was sick of renting. They're sick of renting. They're sick of everything that goes along with renting, all the bad things that go along with renting, and they're having an extremely hard time finding anything they can afford as far as purchasing. One of my friends is even willing to be moving like 50 miles away to it's like technically still the Treasure Valley area, but if they want to come hang out with us, they'll have to make a 45-minute drive every time, that kind of distance. No, you hate the drive. Yep. So boring. Last time I made the drive, I think, was for my youngest sister Jenny's wedding. And I'm pretty sure I just put the Harry Potter audiobooks on. Plugged in my iPod and just listened to those. I was driving by myself, so it's especially boring when you're by yourself. Oh, let's see. Let's work on his mouth a little bit. To do this more dark on the side to show where the teeth are curving into the inside of the mouth. I always like that look in anime, that stylized mouth. Today someone messaged me something really interesting. Their daughter found a drawing book at the library and used it to draw a character, And then she said it reminded her of me, so she sent it to me, and it was an anime style character, and I was like, oh, does she watch anime? She like anime? She's never heard of anime. The daughter just liked the look of the anime style on the art book, and I think that's really cool because like I got into anime watching first, but the art style is also why I got serious about drawing. It's cool to see someone who doesn't even experience the animation part, and they also just fascinated by the art style. Maybe she'll start recognizing it when she sees anime stuff around and watch some anime for the first time. Be like a reverse introduction. Instead of being introduced to the world of art through anime, introduced to anime through the world of art, visual art. I guess I can use the 5 here after all. Add a little extra to the lines where these pieces of hair meet one another. It helps show what's behind what when you do this. Can also give like weight if you do it on the bottom, like where gravity would be the strongest, or where if the sun was overhead there would be shadow. I should just try to use the 8. Your introduction to anime was through the Sci-Fi Channel in the early 90s. I think you've told me about that. I can't remember the anime you said was your first anime. My introduction was My Neighbor Totoro. When I was a little kid, before my cousins were born, my aunt, whenever we visited, we would always watch, well, once the movie came out in English, we would always watch it, and I'd always look forward to going over to her house, and she would always say that me and my sister Arissa were Satsuki and Mei. Then when my cousins were born, she started saying that my cousins were Satsuki and Mei. I've not gotten tired of My Neighbor Totoro either. I've watched it 2 summers now for the Studio Ghibli Fest in theaters. I don't feel tired of it at all. Looking good, Kaminari-kun. A little something right here. There we go. Clean that up. Okay, let's do a little work on jolteon. Same kind of thing, adding these thicker lines where they meet on the side that would be more likely to have shadow. Or like here, the side that's clearly underneath another one. Size 8 is good for this. Spikes are so huge. The 8 is the biggest one I have of these ones. Eight millimeters, I think it stands for. I think that's what the 8 stands for. Inktober's almost over, and I've gotten really good at getting my drawing for the day done in the time limit, or really close to the time limit. Took me like half the time, half of Inktober to finally get that, to get really settled in that. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do Inktober next year, and probably not the year after that either, since I'm going back to school. I was just thinking about it yesterday. There's no way I'm going to have the time to be working on school projects. And I'll still be making trying to do once a month an illustration, a new illustration for my Patreon supporters, and just to keep building up my portfolio of illustration work. With all of that, there's just no way, no way. But I'm sure Inktober will still be around 3 years from now. I like this picture. I never would have imagined it on my own, I don't think. That's why it's so great to chat with you guys, because it's like synergy. Ideas coming together. Whew, good thing I've got this only for an hour, my time limit for today, because yesterday, since I'm wearing this headset for my microphone, I actually forgot to put my glasses on. And I didn't notice too much. That's why I didn't put them on during the stream. But today, having this headset on with the glasses kind of sucks. It's starting to hurt my ears. But I don't have much time left, so I think it'll be okay. I'll take a little break as I finish this. Oh, I still gotta fill this in the nose. I'll finish these spikes first so I don't forget what I was doing. Oh, your lunch is over. Well, have fun going back to work. I hope I see you again soon. Thank you for joining me today. Really happy to see you every day. Let's see. Did I miss any spikes? I think that's good enough. So done perfecting the spikes. Jeremy. You're picking a really hard thing for me. I can probably draw that. Vegeta and Goku fighting over the last slice of pie. Already thinking of Thanksgiving. What kind of pie would they want, though? Would they want pumpkin pie? They live in Japan. I don't know. They have pumpkins in Japan? I think they do. What kind of pie do they have in Japan? I guess it doesn't have to be Japanese. It could be Saiyan pie. What kind of pie do they have on planet Vegeta? So I want to do some hatching, but I don't want to overdo it. It's something I'm working on with my anime style. Humanoid characters is overdoing the hatching, the shading, especially on the face and on the hair. Oh man, don't sneeze me, don't sneeze. Suddenly feel like sneezing. I don't want to sneeze into my microphone. I think this has a mute button on it though. I have never tried it. Okay, I was able to not sneeze. I'll have to test the mute button today. I always like to have really small lines to make up the eyes. Helps give the effect of like eyelashes. It's all about the faces they are making. What, for Vegeta and Goku? What, they like got their faces like slammed up together and there's like, they're like each have their hand on the pie on the plate and they're grrr. Like this but angry with a piece of pie in between. What else for shading? I'm using the anime references that I've got to help me with shading. So, like his hair, it only has, this pen isn't working well. It only has shading on the very bottom part, like behind his head. And the top part doesn't have anything. It doesn't even have any highlights or anything. That's good. Come on, ears, you can do it. You can hang in there. It's just hurting my ears where my glasses are resting and then the headphone is pushing down on it. This part is really dark. I think I might just fill it all the way in. The inside of the ears. The nice thing about this brush pen, I can fill in a huge area. Just push down hard enough on it. Yay, that's good. Now, this little hatching on the... Try to use a size 1, but it always starts getting so dry after I use it just a little bit. So right about here. And this whole underneath part. bottom jaw. It's all in shadow. Actually, it has the entire ruff. Okay, Jeremy, I'll draw your idea tomorrow. Makes it easy for me. I have an idea now, I can think about it. If I have time later, I could do the sketch early. Let's see, there's a little shading right here. Just a bit under that ear. And a little bit on this bigger ruff. Of course, it needs to be more where the head is casting shadow. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything on his character design, but I guess for the anime, which is the reference image I'm using, it's always really simplified. Okay, I'm just going to unify it with one big black outline like I like to do. That'll mean some of this work I did on the spikes might disappear, but that's okay. Oh, one of your pens broke today. What do you mean? What kind of pen? It broke or it ran out of ink? What do you mean it broke? What did you do to it, poor pen? Did you sit on it? You dropped it? Did someone step on it? The pen's broke. Thanks to ArtSnacks, I always have a huge supply of pens, so when a pen runs out, I'm like, oh well, goodbye, and I have another one. I don't have to buy pens anymore. When you've been subscribed to ArtSnacks as long as I have, it just becomes a stockpile. Ooh, all those spikes are done. Hoo-wee! Well, that's already so thick, I don't really need to do any extra on the bottom of that. Come over here. that's not gonna work. Yay, there they are. Now I just have to sign it and write what day it was and stuff. Size 8? Yeah, I use a size 8. Ooh, day 30. Halloween Eve. JOLT. There. Another Inktober complete. I don't know how many I've done this year, but for sure this is the most I've done, at least in a single year. Like I have like caught up in a later year on a previous year, but all in the month of October. This is the most I've done for Inktober before. And there's just one more drawing tomorrow, so I will be back at the same time. Thank you for watching.